Hey everyone, how's everyone today? Hope everyone's doing well. um, we're gonna get back to normal a little bit. We've sort of figured some things out, and we're just gonna get back to normal. And things are gonna be more of the normal sort of entertaining side of things. But anyway, let me get back into that. Yeah, let's start with what we're going to talk about today. We're gonna avoid the well, not avoid it, but maybe later. We're not gonna be streaming right now, obviously, with the game or anything. We're gonna be getting into something else, a little bit of conversation today. And I know you guys like the scenery too, so I'll provide a little bit of scenery for you, but we aren't going to go far. And I want to just discuss with you guys something that is bothering me, and something that's been going on for a long time, like essentially, but in different ways. And so let me just talk to you guys a little bit about what happened recently. Okay. I don't know, many of you may have caught the stream and or not. I did take it down, but basically, we might have a little bit of. I saw it drop, I guess, a little bit. So going back, maybe probably be a week now. I don't know, something like that. It's been a few days. My mom got into a slight car accident. She's okay, but basically things at the scene of the accident did not go well, really, as they should. And you would think that authorities arrive to make sure things do, in fact, go the way things should. But I don't know. It just seems like a lot of times these days that's not the case. And we are talking about a local station that did not do what they should have, in my opinion, and in many others too. Anybody that hears it, it's like immediately like, wow, yeah, I can't believe that. I can't believe that's how they handled that. Because the point is, wouldn't you feel the same way? If it was you, or if it was someone you cared about or whatever. So we talked about this previously, but let's really discuss this. The idea was that you got into an accident, and we're not talking about necessarily whose fault it was or anything like that. That doesn't matter at this point. Like, we're beyond that. What matters is when you have an accident involving an automobile or something like that. What matters is that they respond, and essentially they take statements, both sides, that sort of thing. They would take a statement from both people, not just one person, not just one party. They would take statements from both. If authorities arrived and took statements from only one party and then sort of acted kind of hostile, and like they didn't really want to speak to another part of, like, a person that was also involved in the accident, the other person, to me that looks biased. It looks like you showed up and decided beforehand whose side you were going to take and not listen to. Because if you show up and you just say, essentially, oh, I wasn't here for that, I didn't hear it, that doesn't matter. You need to take a statement. You are there to do that. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about an officer, I guess, that showed up, one, and essentially didn't de-escalate. And when, my 70-year-old mother tried to convey that this guy apparently threatened her, and like in sort of a way that where it was like, if you shut your mouth, we'll pay for the damages and stuff like that. That he actually said that, and he wanted she wanted to tell him this and stuff, and he was like, well, if I wasn't here, I didn't hear it and stuff. It doesn't matter what you were here to hear. You take the statement. I don't give a shit what your opinion of that is. That's not law. You don't decide what happened and didn't, and what people did and didn't say. That's what he's saying. That he decides what's important. That's not what you're there to do. You show up and you take a fucking statement. So I'm very upset by this, because that officer would be upset if it was their mother or the person they cared about. They would be equally upset if it happened to them and someone they cared about. And I don't appreciate the fact that time after time after time, the state of Pennsylvania has cost us so much money. So let me talk about that now. Okay? Apparently, now there wasn't even that, like, yeah, all right, it looks worse than it is, but honestly, all four wheels turned. There was a mirror, like a little bit of a mirror was gone. Like the mirror was gone. All four wheels were turning though. And the engine was totally fine. The belts were all in there. There was no frame damage at all, so nothing was pushed in. I think the coolant reservoir was a bit punctured, so it just had leaked out. So essentially, all you'd have to do, and what we just were trying to do, is take some antifreeze, pour it in there, make sure there's enough in the system, drive for only a few minutes, pull over, do it again. Okay? We're not talking about something unsafe. We're not talking about things hanging off the vehicle. There was nothing. It was literally just like a little bit of a dent on the front. Wheels turn. There's even headlights. They're even there. Yeah, they're there. Okay? And the doors opened. The hood opened. All kinds of stuff. Okay? I checked it out. That's the point. If I thought that my mom would be unsafe with this, I would say, all right, yeah, we need to absolutely tow this. I wouldn't want her in it. But it's like, what? And then so, apparently, here's what happened. Apparently, even though she drove it after the accident, like drove it safely off the road and stuff like, like it's obviously fine. Because the tow truck driver said it was undrivable. What the fuck does he know? He probably just checked a box. So because the tow truck driver said it was undrivable, we're getting to why this is important, guys. This is important for you. I hope you're listening to this story, because this might save you some money. This really is not end well. Okay? This might save you some money. I hope you're all listening. Because the tow truck driver deemed that this freaking car was undrivable. Was probably checking a box. The police, these local authorities went, oh, well, it's undrivable. You're not allowed to take it out of there. So when we went today to pick it up, they were charging storage, obviously, but this place didn't tell us that the police had deemed it undrivable. They didn't tell us that when we were first there to get some stuff out of it. They conveniently didn't tell us that. Yeah, then many days later when we went to pick it up, they were like, okay, that's going to be $500 some. What? And, also, you're going to have to tow it. Well, no, we came to pick it up. Well, no, they said it was undrivable. Who said? It's our car. We just paid you all this money to pick it up. No, they deemed it undrivable. Dirt. So the local police that didn't take a statement, didn't do anything right at all, sent one officer to an accident that involved a farmer, and then his entire family ganged up and started basically insulting and bullying my mother while she was there waiting for this one officer to show up, not help her, not take her statement. Then when she goes back to get the paperwork, they didn't even let her in the freaking station. He just sort of hands her some paperwork and then like was real short with her. Literally just, and then all that happens, and then now we basically just paid literally about $800 just to get a car back that didn't need to be towed. So again, the local police caused my mom all kinds of distress, didn't take her statement at the scene of the accident, which is not legal, deemed a car undrivable, which is perfectly drivable, okay? Cost us over $800 now, and just don't even seem to care. That's how it feels. And if it was one of their people, if it was like a family member or something they cared about, they'd feel the same way. I guarantee it. So I don't want to hear it. I'm going to start putting like dash cams in every vehicle we drive now. Because honestly, you got officers showing up to accidents not even taking statements. He literally refused to hear her statement. What the hell? Who does that? It's not even legal. You are literally there to take the statement from both parties involved in the accident, and then you actually show up and proceed to be very dismissive to a very obviously upset 70-year-old woman. What are we doing? And then, again, the place where we stored it didn't even tell us when we went to go get her stuff out of it the first time that it was apparently deemed undrivable. They conveniently didn't tell us that. So that way, you know, yeah, we could, yeah, exactly. You guys know already. So that's the point. They didn't freaking tell us that. And it's like, well, now meanwhile they're paying us for storage per day, and we go pick it up, and now we have to tow it too. So $800 later, we get our freaking car back. That's unacceptable. That's ridiculous. That's not protecting and serving. It's not protecting and serving either when you show up to an accident and then very obviously are biased and not taking the statement from both parties of the accident. It's not policing. That's just, let me just do whatever the fuck I want. They'd feel the same way if it was someone they cared about. That's the point. You know, like, come on, man. It's like if I would have been there, it would have totally been different. Yeah, because I would have just laughed at him, and it would have triggered him. Guarantee it. That's the point. Yeah, I would have just laughed at him, and he would have been all triggered and been like, what's so funny, or something like that. I'd have been like, I think it's really funny that you're choosing not to take a statement from somebody involved in an accident. And that's literally procedure. That's all I would have said. Yeah, like, this is the point, guys. Like, I care. Like all of you do. So what the hell? And then now this is over $800 later. Yeah, like, that's the point. And it's like all the other shit, all the other stress that we deal with, that I deal with. And then on top of that, you know, like, now it's, you know, like, just this. Yeah, I think about all the money that this state has taken from me over the years. It is unreal. You wouldn't believe the taxes I spent when I owned my business. You wouldn't believe how much they took. That was most of it, was taxes. Yeah, that $2,300 a month for rent, that's what it was for my business. $2,300 a month to rent one of those little cubicle things with a window out front. And then, when I had to close up shop, they still couldn't rent it out. Yeah, they still couldn't rent it out, so they knocked down the wall and made two into one. Then they could sell it at that price point. The point was, it was literally worth twice what they were trying to sell it at. Okay, and it was mostly taxes is the point. Yeah, that was the point. Even the landlord showed me the breakdown. He's like, it looks like I'm taking your money, but really I'm only charging this much for rent. It's all taxes. If I don't charge this much, I don't run a business. Really messed up. And I think about all the times this state has cost me tons of money. And now this. What the fuck? Do better. When a guy who swears all the time can point the shit out that you're doing wrong, you got a problem. Yeah, when the guy who fucking watches South Park and swears all the time can point, you got a problem, dude. Because, like, all I'm doing is sitting here seeing this shit happen and pointing it out. And talking about it. Like, how? I just don't get it. Yeah, and I see the it's like I do have a very high IQ, and I don't try not to wear it on my shoulders, but I don't profess to be really smart with everything. That's not the point. The freaking point is, I am kind of an idiot at times. And the point is, we all are, but that's just really fucking stupid. That's like literally the same as when you go to work the next day, second shift didn't do anything, or third shift didn't do anything, and now you have to spend most of your first shift while it's busy cleaning up after them. But really, that is actually what happens. And now second shift actually has to get caught up from first shift, and it actually kind of does happen a bit. What that is, it's bad management. It's somebody that doesn't know how to properly manage that thing that's happening there. Okay? That's what it's called. It's called management. Okay? So when you have somebody showing up to the scene of an accident, and you don't simply know how to take a statement from this person, and there's two people involved in the accident, like that's how simple it is. That's how I look at this shit. Like, come on, how hard is it? I mean, I see it all the time. It seriously, like, I know some people are sitting there, they're like, man, it must be so nice to be perfect, right? Yeah, that's what some people are thinking. That it truly is what some people are thinking. No, that's not it, guys. No, it's not. That's not it. Yeah, I'm touching grass, no sleep. That's not it, man. It's not about that. It's not about, oh yeah, expect perfection all the time. Expect it. No, it's not about that. What I expect is being reasonable and respectful of the fact that other people think things differently. That's it. Like, if you just do these things all of the time, you're fine. It is not reasonable to expect to get paid for a job and then show up and text, not do things, be lazy. If you're fucking tired, drink some goddamn coffee. Do better. Get a sleep schedule. Diet. Something. That's a you problem. I did it. I had that problem. I was called in 5 a.m. I worked 5 to 2 when I was going to college. And I had to go in 5. I was so damn tired. And it was one of the hardest things I did. And I heard all these noises, all the beep, 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 freaking fries and shit, getting yelled at, screamed at, hazed, all kinds of stuff. But I did it. Yeah. And yeah, it sucked. And I had to go through some real personal battles to get it done. But I did it. And the whole point was that at the end of it, yeah, all right, it definitely gave me some anxiety, for sure. It would obviously do that. You're in this toxic environment for 5 years, sure, it's going to give you some anxiety. But at the same time, now you know how shit works. At the same time, now you know how shit works. So you don't have to be perfect. But when you spend a long time overanalyzing things, you know how to do you just fine. Double-edged sword, yeah. When you spend a whole lot of time being disciplined and overanalyzing things and actually getting your shit together, you realize real quick that you got it. You don't have to be perfect. As long as you're trying your best. And if you're that police officer where you show up to an accident and then you take a statement from this guy, but then the old 70-year-old woman that's trying to tell you that he threatened her, and you're just like, oh, I wasn't here, I didn't see it. That sounds like you're taking sides. Sounds like you don't want to hear it. It sounds like you're literally just being lazy and you didn't want to take a statement. Because it's going to lead to this and that, and this and that. And you're just, oh, I don't want to deal with it. What if they're running some insurance scam? Yeah, what if they're sitting there doing that all day long, getting people to hit tractors? I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of thing for an insurance thing where they run on some scam. Who knows? The point is, if you don't do every little thing, you know what I mean? Like, that's the point. Like, I often wonder what goes through people's heads when they show up for work and they go, well, I'm just going to choose not to do this one thing. It's not like they forgot. They just made a choice. It's the sort of thing where, like, yeah, all right, you have too much at a job, you're overwhelmed, that I get. But you're at, you know what I mean? Like, you're dealing with the situation, you're there, you don't leave until it's done, sort of thing. Well, what's the, you know what I mean? Like, where's the screw up there? That's kind of my point. There are many times where, things happen and you got to stay late to finish the stuff you didn't do earlier. That's called being responsible. I'm not trying to be a certain way. I'm just trying to point out the fact that we all have to remember that people are getting lazier and dumber. And you need to be better. And if you're not better, the other person doesn't have to be, have any excuse or reason to be better either. Everybody's just going to get dumber and lazier. And I'm not, I love first responders. Yeah, I mean, I spent a lot of time, I've talked about this before, one of my favorite shows to watch for a while, actually, was called Alaska State Troopers. I thought it was a really good show. Very informative. That's why I know a lot of the things that I know, but those guys, man, they're highly trained, very skilled, really intelligent guys. Really, really good show, too. I think it was a National Geographic show, actually. But my point is just that this is a very far stretch from that. And over $800 later, we're going to have a car back that we're still going to have to fix. And the whole thing with the insurance and all that could be a nightmare too now because of the very obviously belligerent guy at the accident. And so that's the point, is like you have some sort of issue with that. And the other thing would have been nice to have that statement, right? Yeah. And that's the point. Well, I wasn't here. I heard it. I didn't hear it. He doesn't have to word it like that. Well, it's his problem that he doesn't know how to word things properly. You simply write on the statement, after arriving, the woman involved in the accident informed me this is what the other driver said to her. It's all you have to do. You just simply phrase the statement like that. After arriving at the accident, the woman informed, Mrs. Whoever informed me that the other driver, Mr. Whatever, threatened to blah 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 in her words. It's literally all you have to do. Like, this is my point, guys. We're talking about how they don't want to phrase things. They don't want to take the time to do the paperwork involved in phrasing things properly. That's what this sounds like. And then meanwhile, $800 some later, maybe we'll get our car back. I don't know. Maybe. And then still got to get it fixed. They don't care about people. They don't know how tough it is sometimes. They just don't even seem to care. They just show up and just, what the fuck ever, who cares? Yeah, they gotta pay $800. Let's protect and serve. I mean, like that. In my opinion, if that's what you do, like that's my point. Is like, that's why I decided not to do that job. There was many times where I was asked why I didn't do that job because of my martial arts experience and training and stuff like that, and how long I taught it, and just my size, all kinds of stuff, reasons why people asked me why I didn't just do it. And that was always sort of the answer, was just that I accepted the fact that I am not necessarily the best person in some of those situations. Where I know, I always sort of had that question in some of those situations. Now, yeah, I wouldn't question it. It's actually different. My resolve in life is different than it used to be. Now, yeah, it'd be different. But like back then, I did question whether or not I would have the integrity to be able to fire my gun at somebody. That honestly, that was a lot of it, because I don't like violence. I really don't. I don't condone it. I've always avoided fights. It's the sort of thing where like that was the whole reason I became a martial arts instructor. Well, did martial arts in the first place, was to essentially just be able to defend myself, because I got bullied so much. And then I realized when I was learning karate that it sucked and it wasn't teaching me anything. So I had to learn kung fu. And that's literally why I learned to defend myself, and why I knew karate didn't work, because it didn't work. And yeah, I learned how to essentially defend myself against the bullies without taking them down, without essentially fighting back. I'd sort of just be smart about it, and that's what kung fu is, But aside from that, you fast forward. You go through a rough life, you have enough run-ins with people that actually do threaten to, either take yours or essentially harm, people you care about, or it kind of changes you a little bit after a while. It's more of a defense mechanism. It's more of a, I'm gonna be in defense mode. If I became a Sifu, which I did, and I learned all this stuff, it's the sort of thing where I'm gonna feel protective. I'm gonna want to feel like I need to be there. and it's gonna happen. It's just gonna, like, nature will take its course, and I'll just feel like I need to be defensive, and it just happens. They would do the same, like anybody else that well, the same goes for police. The same goes for anybody in martial arts. Anybody that military. The idea is that you have training. You think about it. So sort of thing where it's like, well, I mean, I feel threatened. Somebody I care about feels threatened. So you just think, well, I need to think defensively. That's all. And I just choose to be smart, whereas other people will immediately just like barricade and let's go get a bunch of ARs and stuff. No. I'm not like that at all. Like, it's more like, how do I think out of this? How do I get, how do I do this right? How do I, actually make a difference instead of just trying to fight back or something like that, because that's the way I am, and that's the point of making the video. It's the point of getting on here, is to essentially warn and recognize that this is happening, not even just to citizens, but also the police that care, the authorities that actually do care, because like you guys are good people too. You're just people like we are, like good people, and so that's my point, is like, you wouldn't want this happening to your family member either. And like, I mean, I have like a good part of my family was first responders. I got a lot of them live out of state now, but I got my aunt and a few of my cousins, I think, were EMTs. I mean, my grandfather, don't quote me on this, I should look at his pins, don't quote me on this, I think it was World War II. It was before it was the Air Force. I forget what it was called though. Somebody remind me. Whatever the Air Force was called before was called the Air Force. It was in that branch. It was still the Army, I think. It was a branch of the Army, I think. And so he was in that. That's why I say, like, I don't want to just say he was in the Air Force, because it wouldn't be accurate. It was technically a branch of the Army. It was called something though. But it was just a branch of the Army. So he had Army uniforms and stuff. So yeah, my point, guys, is that it is in my roots. I thought about it many times in my life. And you could arguably say after high school that was one of the things that I almost did and was kind of pressed towards. I'm the guy that in high school, essentially I kind of let people pick on me and didn't fight back, because I thought, well, if they're picking on me, they're not picking on Travis. That poor kid got picked on so much. That is actually something I did. I'll admit, at this point, obviously I feel the effects of it, sure. Do I regret it? Fuck no. No. There's, sometimes those guys just, I think they're about to snap, and they needed somebody to just kind of do something stupid to get noticed. I did that at times. I knew to shut up and just be quiet. The whole point was that I could be cool and quiet if I really wanted to, but I didn't. I was going to be the cool, quiet one. I couldn't. Yeah, because I actually talked to these people. Like, they'd just come up and sort of talk to me. And I just talk back, just start talking to them. And then we become friends, because it's like, well, I don't care who you are. You're my friend, as long as you're, friendly with me and we can talk and stuff, yeah, you're my friend. And you know, as long as you don't, you know, do something to harm me or someone I care about, then we're still friends, you know. And that was how it always was, you know. I made friends kind of very easily and stuff. But, you know, it was always obviously the ones that people picked on. And so, you know, it was the sort of thing where, like, I wasn't really I was pretty shy in school. I didn't gain that until I actually didn't gain the ability to, like, to do stuff like this and all that until the martial arts instruction, teaching and stuff. But in school, I would sort of kind of just, I don't know, it's usually just something really dumb and embarrassing. Like, I'd make, like, some noise or something. I was always pretty good at being really goofy, so I just make some noise or something, and like it'd just be overbearingly annoying on purpose, and they would have to stop what they're doing. Like, they would just have to, and yeah, it worked a lot of times. This is why I did those things. Some people probably looking back always kind of wondered, you know, like, why was he so weird or something? Just make these noises or something. Well, it's actually usually because there was somebody getting picked on. That's literally why. And somebody wouldn't see it. So I just like try to draw attention from him. Because if I try to tell the teacher that I'm a tattletale and they get picked on later, like all kinds of stuff would happen, you know? Like, you can't just do that. You know, there's politics behind it. Yes, there's politics behind that, believe it or not. That's the point. That's what people don't get about politics. It's everywhere. It's even in that. So wait, I want to see. I wonder if we're chilling today. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that. And maybe we'll be on stream in a little bit. But I appreciate y'all. No Sleep came in to support. I'm about to do it. Thanks, No Sleep. Yeah, thanks, No Sleep. I haven't been seeing a lot of people lately, but everybody's busy. And everybody's like just really busy with shit. A lot of people are taking advantage of the double, you know, like the whole double flip stream and stuff. And I understand that's essentially people are like trying to, you know, figure that out and busy with all that. I get it. It does take a bit. You gotta figure it out because it's definitely different. It's a different world out there, and it's ever changing, ever evolving. And you just remember, guys, if you are a content creator and you have a legitimate idea and you are legitimately good at making content, you can fall off the horse sometimes and just be like, what am I doing next? This can happen a lot. What you have to realize when this happens, sometimes it's not a bad idea to just take a step back for just a little bit. You just sort of stop for just maybe even a day or two. I know sometimes doing this puts a halt on things, but sometimes it also puts a nice little reset on things, and you can be happy with that sometimes, because it's about resetting your brain a little bit, you know, getting out of the rhythm. Sometimes you just get too into the same pattern of things, too into it, and you're even boring yourself, you know. You just gotta take a step back a little bit sometimes, and then like take a nice little perspective look at yourself. I certainly have. And you know, it's ridiculous. You know, that's why I say we're gonna change some things and get back to sort of more of an entertaining, less personal, more entertaining bout of things. Just realize, though, as I've always stated before, you guys see now how regularly we have the problems we have. Like, even when we went and switched the console, we still have the Joker sitting there freezing the camera and like minimizing the screen, making it, you know, like making it disappear. So it's more about essentially more people finding out what's causing it and then trolling and then continuing to cause it because they know it causes it. That's why I always say it's like a harassment issue and stuff, because it really honestly is. But this point, if you're doing that to content creators, what you have to realize is you're kind of getting in the way of them, like growth and stuff like that. It's not a competition if you've rigged it, and you shouldn't want to rig things. That's called cheating. And there are no cheat codes for life. We all know when you cheat in life. Yeah, that's the point. Don't start down that path. Do it the right way. Refresh, recharge. Remember what you're doing, what your goal is, what you're here to do. And don't make your focus going after people. I just don't think that's a great idea. To do that, like I've stated before, if this is something that you desire to do, it would be the sort of thing where most would question the motive, what your drive is for that, because then they would be like, well, why? Who's to say that they're not next or something like that? Whereas most people would guard themselves essentially at that point, where they don't want to associate with you if you're kind of like that. So that's why I've always said just don't make a habit of that, because it's like people are going to feel comfortable, But with my situation, just understand we do have a very specific set that's hanging out doing things. It's not. I know. Like a lot of you are kind of wondering about that. It is a very specific set of people doing it. It's not tons of No, I know that it's just a few. It's just a set of people that's doing it, and just realize that, guys. I'm not saying everybody that's coming in is doing it, and I certainly don't think that everybody that's coming in is doing it. Don't be all thinking that. That's why we spent years doing this and running tests and talking about it and getting feedback, and because if I really was a conspiracy theorist, I would sit here and just be like, it's this person, or this like I would just like declare things all the time, sort of like they do, even though it's not. I wouldn't say, I think, or like talk about it and actually get feedback and then like bounce it off people. I wouldn't do that. Just declare things, and just, well, it's this because of this and this, there are times where I do tests and definitively know things, but that's the point. You can do tests that are conclusive. But anyway, we're getting less, we're going to get less, like I said, we're going to get it less on the personal side of things and just more on the entertaining side of things again. Getting back to that again is very important to me. I just really wanted to get with you guys today and talk a little bit about this, just mainly because of everything that was going on. So I am sorry that we had to get personal again. I know that you guys are just waiting for nice, relaxing, fun entertainment you can watch. You don't have to get all, you don't have to tune in and be like, oh, what's this crap now, I get it. I wouldn't want to be tuning in all the time if it was just some sob fest. I understand. I'm crying all the time, right? We're gonna play some. That's why we got the console, guys. I know some of you guys really, really wanted to see the Series X. Though I've conveniently not seen certain people since streaming it, so that's interesting. But it looks great, and the idea is to showcase that, because I do love Elden Ring, love it. So now that I can actually play it, heck yeah. I might show you guys a couple other things just to showcase graphics or something, but for the most part, I think we're gonna play some Elden Ring and focus on that. And if we play Horizon 5, we might end up playing it on there. But as far as the console business is concerned, I think we might end up just focusing most on Elden Ring and we'll see. I don't know. I have a bunch of games, but a lot of the games that I have, I also have a PC. So, with Elden Ring, I do not. So, but like I said, we will get back to PC stuff too. It's not like we're not doing that. I just now that it works, it'll be nice to just kind of relax, sit back, and play some console with you guys a bit. Like I said, I know people are looking forward to that. So I also know that well, we'll just leave it at that. But I hope you guys like it, like what we're doing. The idea was to, be able to stream to you without losing my setup, losing any quality. But like I said, that's the goal of the people, the set of the few people that are doing this, to essentially just try to make it look like something I'm doing. But as you can see, even switching the console, like they're still doing the same things. They're just doing it kind of different. So like when they did it with XSplit, there's a sort of thing where XSplit's trash, so the camera starts flickering and stuff like that. With OBS, it's just as simple as getting it back. We know what's happening there though, and it's not just me. Oh, it's not just me. Oh, it's not. Nope. This is a thing that's happening to other content creators, and I've even seen the comments. I've even seen them phrased kind of like this. And when we see it many, many times in the same stream, we all know what's going on there. I've even seen comments phrased like that. And not on my channel. We're talking about like other channels talking about similar things. Remember, guys, that I'm going to start talking less and less about certain things because, remember, if they know, they know. And we started having a fuckload of problems when I started educating certain people and started saying certain things. And I'm just not doing it anymore. So, when essentially, when I talk about this stuff, it's going to be vague. I'm going to try to include you a little bit, but again, we want to get back to the more entertaining side of things again. So, for those of you who've seen it long enough to know it does happen, now. The whole point was to throw myself under the bus for a while, long enough that you guys knew I'm not here, I'm not out to get you, I'm not some hacking whatever that you all think, because that's the point, is like that's their game, is to get you to think that, because that's what they do, is to spin it back on the person that's claiming. That's all they ever do, So, I understand that some of the people that might not know how it works and stuff, you might sort of, be inclined to think that and all that. So that's why, the idea was to essentially do that for a while, so you all can sort of see it happen. We talked about it right out. I showed you tons of screenshots. I showed you the internet connection speed. I showed you all kinds of stuff. We even had responses from YouTube where it was obvious YouTube was starting to see the stuff. They were starting to help out. They were starting to fix things. They were starting to respond, and I appreciate so much that response from YouTube. The idea was just to get back to some sort of new normal where content creators can feel safe, where we know, essentially we can know that YouTube is at least aware this is happening, and they're willing to stop it when they see it's getting bad. Like they see it's more than just like one scammer kind of trolling a little bit. Like, all right, when we can see obviously that this person's like getting attacked and harassed by literally a freaking content creator that's a scammer, all right, we'll look into this. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. Because like some of them are just content creators now, and they're scammers. And remember, guys, I'm not anybody that thinks it's like, oh, is he talking about me? Why would you think that? Because unless you're doing something, why would you think that? So my point is, like, don't go thinking everybody that's watching that I'm accusing directly you or anything like that. You know, you really, that's the thing. You really should watch some of these. I'm not gonna talk about them anymore. Yeah, I'm done talking about the channel. We're not gonna mention the name of the channel anymore. We're not talking about any types of that anymore. I'm not gonna play the song and all that. We're done doing that. Okay, because I don't want to cause any problems for his growth, his channel, anything he's trying to do. And if I have, I really am sorry. It was not my intent. My intent was the fact that apparently it was thought that awareness was not a thing that needed to happen. And oh, I assure you it does. I assure you awareness is still a problem with how just dumb people are getting it. I'm not trying to be rude or weird about that. I literally, that's the truth of the fact. I'm just being honest. And, you know, people just want to deny that it's happening and stuff like that and create excuses for it. And then it gets worse. And then we breed a new type of scammer. You know, the one that creates content and goes out of their way to harass people that would essentially be a better content creator than them. Does that make sense? And then, like, maybe they'll take their ideas or something like that and then try to steal their audience in the process. This is a scam. It's not friendly competition. You know, if you are viewing it this way and you're actually going out of your way to cause a problem for their stream while they're streaming, that's a scam. Because you're rigging it. That's the point. It's a scam. And you know, like let's say the fans of this person actually donate money to the cause. Well, now you have real people actually donating money and giving their money to something that is essentially a scam that's eventually going to get overtaken by this other channel, and then everybody will migrate there. It's a scam. So, I think YouTube is aware, and there are a few policies that are very obvious as to why they're aware. So that, and that's partially why I was reading through that stuff too. It's like, it's kind of obvious, like why that stuff is put in there. It's like, okay, all right, so I can see that like something's going on where they are aware of these things, they are looking into them, and it makes sense. I just hope that you guys get that, you know, that's essentially, you know, like I said earlier, they flip it. All right, so a lot of times, like, I'll watch the you know, them trying to catch a scammer or something like that. We're not talking about the channel, you know, but a lot of times when they try to intercept a call to try to stop it, and they actually call the victim, the person being scammed, they're about to lose maybe $20,000, they're being scammed, and they try to intercept it and they try to call them, this person thinks they're the scammer. Because the point is, they've been on the phone with this other person for a while, they already sort of started trusting them, and they think this other person is the scammer, when really they're trying to call them so many times to warn them because they're trying to help them. You guys not realize a lot of times when I'm like freaking out about something on the stream, you know, it's happening a lot or something like that, this is me in that call trying to warn somebody. This is literally what that is. That's that calling in me where I'm like, you guys, are we stupid yet? You know, like I start saying stuff like that. That's why I say that. It's that part of me that's the, you know, like essentially just like that person that's trying to catch that scammer for that victim. You know, they're trying to incessantly call them to stop it. That's why I get like I get. I'm like, you guys not see this happening? Do you not see? Oh my God, do something. You know, like, are we dumb yet? You know, that's why I do that. Because that's exactly how I feel. Exactly like that. Exactly like that person that's trying to get a hold of that victim that's about to be scammed, but they can't because they think that they're the scammer. So they're either like, yeah, you're a scammer, whatever, and they're not picking up or whatever. Because that's the scam they're running. To get you to think something about them. And that's the point. That's what they're doing. That's what the content creators are doing. They're getting you to think something about me. They're causing that problem more. They're getting the response. Do you guys not see the scam? Trolls have been aware of this scam for a long time now. Trolls have been running this scam since they were bullies in school. No, I shit you. All right, here's how it starts. Here's how it starts. This is how we've been teaching people. This is how it starts. You know the stupid fucking memes? And I don't care about the swearing. I apologize, but I don't really care. But I'm so tired of seeing them because it's breeding a new level of stupid. You know the memes where it's like, I'm going to tell my kids this guy is this guy or this is this. This is like, I know this is funny and whatever, and you think this is really funny. It's actually really kind of not. I think it's actually causing a problem where too young, like people that are too young are seeing it and taking it way too literally. And they think it's super funny to go to school and mess with people in this way. And this already was happening to kids in school. Can you imagine now where stuff is easily found, you can find it on the internet and just laughing at people and stuff? So the point is, here's how it starts. Even in school, this would happen. You know, a kid's poor. He can't afford to have the new Zelda game or whatever, okay? But let's say he really, really wants it, and he really wants to be friends with this group, okay? But they won't be friends with him, and they won't talk to him because he doesn't know anything about Zelda. So he just pretends. You know, obviously he shouldn't do that, okay? He should be friends with other people, but this is what kids do, you know? And who cares? You know, they should accept them anyway. That's the point. And maybe they will if they actually talk to him a little bit. Well, maybe they can teach him Zelda. That's the freaking point. But maybe this kid lies and he says he has the game, but he really doesn't. He's kind of just making stuff up. And they kind of sort of figure it out a little bit. So now they're kind of just messing with him. And now they're just going to mess with him. So now they're going to like tell him something that, you know, like is very obviously everybody knows isn't in the game or something like that. And then they're gonna tell him to go talk about this with like somebody else or something like that. And then this would be another person that has no ability. So that way this person goes out of their way to start talking to this other person that's really popular. Like, yeah, you should go tell this person that you beat that guy or whatever. He'd be really impressed. Maybe he'll be your friend. And they're like, you know. So then the person goes and tells this really popular person or whatever, oh yeah, I beat that boss and blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, I don't know how you did that because you can't get there at that level and none of what you just said made any sense. Like basically just like pointing out all these different things out that the bullies knew were incorrect about what he's saying. And they were just confirming, yeah, that's how it is. Yeah. So that he just goes and says that. And it's just very obviously full of crap. Yeah, it's just one example. It could be like many different things. It doesn't have to be a game, but like anything. The point is, now this kid's embarrassed himself in front of a different group of people, not even just the original group. Now everybody's talking about this. And now he's the laughing stock at school, and now he goes home. Already to a broke home that he didn't have any video games to play. Now he feels like shit because the entire school hates him for making shit up and trying to just be friends with people. See what this shit does? And you guys like think it's just funny. So this is the point. People really don't realize how the damage they do when, honestly, kids aren't educated that well. If the education's subpar, you can't joke around with them because they're not that smart. They won't get it until they're like 20 something. I'm literally just being honest. And it's something that they just don't get over. Everybody just bullies everybody. And this is kind of what I'm talking about, guys. Like it's literally just something that people learn early on and they don't let go of it. And it's definitely detrimental to learning facts of life too. I remember I'll be a little candid, a little real with you guys for a little bit. I'm not gonna say when, who, but let's just say that I had a mentor and taught me a lot about something once. And this guy, he was a guy that's, he talked about his college days a lot, and it was obvious he was part of a, fraternity and all that, and it was just kind of obvious, just the way he acted. He likes pranking and stuff like that. Let me just tell you just a real quick story here. So, because you think highly of this person, right? And they're your example because they're your mentor, right? So maybe they sort of pick on people a little bit in front of you, and they kind of get away with it too because they're kind of good at it. They're sort of charismatic or funny or something. But let's say that's just their thing, right? And you kind of get this about life a little bit, right? You guys get this, but it's not really your thing. But maybe you don't get that yet, and this is like your mentor, and you sort of kind of doing this in front of you for a while, and like mentoring you for a role or whatever, and then you get into that role, and you really don't understand yourself as well as you thought you would, and so you sort of kind of resort back to what essentially you remembered learning from your mentor and stuff, and a lot of it was just getting along with people by joking around, pranking, and blah 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 blah. Well, meanwhile, this is actually detrimental to you just because you look different, you are different, and what worked for him doesn't work for you. And so people take it differently. They hate you. They think you're an asshole or this or that and the other thing, and that's it. So that's just one example of the way bullying, hazing, or just overall dumbing down and of society does. Essentially, people think it's okay to prank each other and do these things, and well, really, I mean, yes, but then at the same time, you have to realize too much is too much. You have to realize too much is too much. So, yeah, once in a while, I guess, fine. But, like, you have to realize too much is too much. When do we stop? Until this affects the person, until they don't really know how to engage with people around us or something. Normally, they have to sort of act like that. Otherwise, it doesn't seem normal. That's what we're talking about. So this is the problem is you can't, as an adult, then readapt these kind of immature sort of social norms that you used to do when you were younger. It's just not what you should do. You should evolve past this and look for ways that you can be philosophical with people and actually discuss things instead of like just everything's a joke. Things are joke, things are fun, and we can do that sometimes, but there's too much. And some people don't know what too much is. They think, in their right minds, they will think that essentially, no, I didn't, that wasn't too much, no, he exaggerating or something like that. But they don't realize that it's different for different people, and everything in moderation too. Whereas somebody wants something like that to happen, whereas other people, maybe they were bullied a lot in school and embarrassed, and they've already had it happen a lot to them, way younger than it should. It was way, way more embarrassing than you could possibly imagine. And they just don't want to fucking deal with it anymore. Like, you do something like that, they kind of just want to punch you in the face. That's literally the truth of the fact, and so you have to realize that a lot of times can be triggering for people instead of actually like, oh, it's just for fun or this or that. Nah. Nah. You can be fun and have fun without, essentially involving the expense of somebody else. We can be mature enough to do things like that. Um, it's kind of like when I'm sitting in my stream, just like making fun of like basically like just people in general, like not like anybody in like specifically. I'm just like, duh, I'm just like having fun or something like that. Nobody specifically. Then somebody goes out of their way to be like, oh, you're making fun of this type of person or that. And I'm like, no, it's funny that you said that, but no, I'm just sort of sitting here making a sound going, duh. So the whole point is that that's the type of thinking we're talking about, where somebody's just upset and angry. So now because they happened upon my stream, now they're gonna direct that at me. That's it. Yeah, just because like they don't like my face or whatever, and I'm doing this thing, and they happen to on my stream like right then or something. Now they're gonna direct whatever they're already angry with at me. Essentially, it was really nothing I did. And so that's the point, is like they come on, they're like, like, what are you whining about? Or like, like you're the dumb one or something like that. Well, you're just gonna get blocked. That's the point, is like, it's my channel. I'm the entertainer. You want to do it? Go ahead and do it. You know? But don't come and chat and to be seen and triggered, that's all there is to it. So like that's the point, is you can think all you want, but you don't go in a chat and necessarily say it. Does that make sense? Yeah, like that should make plenty sense. And that's the problem, is the internet is the fucking place where everybody just, yeah, let me you all care about what I think, like that's the point. That's what people think. They get on, just, you all care what I think, about my opinions on this exact thing randomly. That's what people do, um everybody wants to be a content creator, everybody thinks, everybody cares about their opinion and stuff like that. But then also you have the people that troll too, where somebody does have a good opinion, and then like you'll see the comment, nobody cares or something like that. That's not true too. Like there's both sides to that. Everything, it's all moderation. There's both sides to everything. My point is, if you act like an idiot, and call you an idiot. That's it. I think that's well deserved. But somebody's just sort of I already, like I just, what I mean is, if you come into my channel to act like an idiot, that's what I mean. Like, don't go out of your way to cause problems for other people. Like, if you want to be an idiot, go be an idiot on your own time. That's kind of what I mean. Kind of like I do with my channel. So that's fine. Did I get to everything? I think I did. I wanted to make sure I got to everything, guys. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a stream. I don't know. I was pretty upset. It does help to essentially get it out there and everything. But like I said before, guys, I'm like that. Like when I'm talking about that stuff, like I'm literally just trying to, it's like I said earlier. I really am just like when, somebody's on the phone trying to call somebody that's a victim of a scam or something like that, and I'm just like that. I'm just like, them trying to get a hold of them to stop it from happening. I'm just like that when I'm trying to get you guys to realize that this is actually happening, that, like that we're getting messed with on my stream and everything like that. I'm just trying to really, really, really hard make sure that you guys see it and just like he's incessantly calling to try to get them on the phone to just simply tell them, you're being scammed. It's the same with me. I'm literally just incessantly saying over and over, just try to get a point. As many people that it's happening, just try to get the word out. And, hopefully we do. That's the point. I for the life of me, do not understand how you think awareness isn't the issue. With the what is it? What are we up to? 7 billion people on the planet? With that many people on the planet, and you don't think awareness is an issue? No. We disagree on that wholeheartedly. Because I see people all the time, every day, that are completely oblivious to even the slightest bit of what that has to even do with. And they're my age. They use phones. And if you think awareness isn't a problem, no. People are just getting dumber. Technology is going faster. People learn it sooner. Yeah, true. Yeah. Guess what else happens? That's right. Technology gets easier to use, and they don't have to learn how to use it. It uses itself. You just accept things, cookies, all kinds of stuff. Kind of like when people think they can just call Microsoft or call this company or that company and think that they're actually talking to somebody. No, you're talking to a scammer. A lot of these companies now, you're not talking to anybody, you're talking to a scammer. If you think you called them, no. And a lot of people don't even realize that. So that's my point. Awareness is important. We have people like, guys, I don't mean to make this political. I really don't. But when people think that the president of the United States actually affects the gas prices, we've got some really fucking stupid people. Okay. So I'm just saying, that's not to be mean. It's just, it should paint a picture to anybody that does understand how they work. Please just follow that logic. Please, God, please follow that logic. That's the point. Okay? That's how regularly stupid the average American is. Okay? So they are that dumb with a lot of things. I'm just saying. I mean, you guys saw how people responded to a pandemic. So it's a political statement to wear a mask. It's not to help spread the pandemic. Yeah, it's for politics. Yep, totally. This is how stupid the average American is, probably still will be. So again, I don't, it's not to get political. It's just, it's the truth of the fact. That is a thing that happened. People freaked out about that, actually went all political about it. A face mask during a pandemic where it's spread through germs, airborne particles in the air, and people actually made that a political. It's like, this is really how dumb. This is really how dumb. So It really is. No, it is about the awareness. It really is. I really do want people to get smarter. I'm not trying to just sit here, call people dumb. I really do want you know, I would love it. I'm not being an asshole. Promise you, I would love it though if everybody was smarter than me. I would I would fucking love that. Because then I could get smarter. Like, oh my God. You know how many times I try to get smarter, I try to learn something, and some dumbass didn't do it right, and now I have to figure out how to actually do it. You know how many videos I look up that are wrong? And I'm like, oh my God, why? Because the guy that makes the video doesn't know how to... All right. I'll give you one example, and then we're going to get off here. This fucking guy who has like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, you look up how to stop your camera from, you know, like the whole, you guys remember how I just wanted to see what would come up. Yeah. So I know they're doing it on purpose. Yeah. This is a scammer that runs big channels to do really easy guides for stupid fucking people. They're causing these problems on purpose. Your camera shouldn't fucking do that. It's somebody doing it. Okay, this guy had a video labeled "How to Fix Cam Glitch from Freezing OBS." Blah 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 blah. It wasn't a fix. This jackass literally just told you how to deactivate and reactivate your fucking camera. That's literally what he did, and he has thousands of views on this video and hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And that's literally all the video is. This fucking jackass actually went on there and went, well, hello, everyone. I'm the jackass and wearing the hat and the nice watch with tons of money. Today, we're going to talk about how to stop your camera from freezing. And, you know, because we were having an issue the other day, and it was like freezing and stuff on the video, blah, 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 pressing that it is an issue that happens. Oh, yeah, dude, because yeah, okay. Yeah, pressing that. So we're going to talk about that, and it was making me go, almost pressing the issue that it can make your face be, duh. Come on, dude. It's very conveniently at certain times. Like the one that had my face, like, you know, like, come on. It's so obvious. And then I know how to do it, but I'm not going to educate everybody how to do it. So like, it's actually really easy. So anyway, this guy, and then like, he's just like, and he's like, okay, so you open your OBS, and then, in order to make sure it doesn't happen, when it happens, you just click the... And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? In order to make sure it doesn't happen, when it happens, and it's like, what, really? And he's like, oh, you just click the deactivate button, and then you click the activate button. Well, no fucking shit. I know how to reset my camera. Why don't you title your video, How to Reset Your Camera on OBS Studio? I'll bet you no fucking person would click on it, ever. Yeah, because your fucking video's clickbait. You literally caused the problem because you have 100,000 subscribers. This easy fucking damn thing that's found on Google immediately for a fucking a very quickly Googled search thing. These are literally fucking people that created channels on YouTube that have cybersecurity knowledge, and all they did was sit there and look up the most Googled fucking things and tried to find fixes for it, and couldn't because there isn't any, because fucking scammers do this. So literally it's them perpetuating this fucking bullshit. Jesus. Guys, I gotta be honest. If AngeTube, if these cameras literally froze just all the fucking time, just all the, and everybody knows about this, and there's a fix video, blah, on Google, why wouldn't they have fixed it by now? Why wouldn't they have fixed it by now? If it really, yeah, and again, remember, years ago it was still happening. We got a new camera to perpetuate the fact that douchebags didn't know what they were talking about. I wanted to peddle to the douchebags that were saying, get a new camera, it's your cable, dur, dur, dur. So I got a new camera, and it's still fucking happening. And it's proceeded to still have. Literally has nothing to fucking do with it. And then the douchebag scammer that works at XSplit thought that too. So he's sitting there doing it with the camera constantly. And then XSplit's fucking driver corrupted the camera so it would flicker and shit. So that's why I just said, fuck you, XSplit, and lost that scamming software, because that fucker was sitting there causing problems to just further perpetuate he was wrong. So we moved on to OBS, and now the problem is still being caused by a scammer, but all they can do is freeze it. And this fucking guy actually was like, oh, you just deactivate, reactivate, da-da-da. Okay. Yeah, thank you for telling me how to turn my camera on and off. Thank you. Yep, good job. Good. Yeah, bravo, fucking gold medal, great video, wonderful, good job. This is how I feel, guys. Like, here I am, like we're actually talking real fucking issues, problems that exist for freaking ever, things that don't have fixes, and very obviously need them because scammers cause them, and they happen for years. And conveniently, the guy with hundreds of thousands of views with a fix, and it's not an actual fix. Oh boy. What a world. What a world. So anyway, we're gonna get back to the streaming, the entertaining content for you guys. We're gonna keep it entertaining. We're gonna drop the toxic. Yeah, we should have left that where it started, but we gotta drop it. Yeah. So like if this is the toxicity, we're gonna roll it up in a ball and we're just gonna shoot it right out the window. Just gone. Toxic, gone. It's not. We're gonna get away from that. It's gonna take me a little bit of time, but we're gonna get away from it. It was on purpose. It was as I've always said. It was calculated. Am I claiming that I could foresee every single outburst as a result of what the scammers did? No. Do I know what's going on now? Yes. Do I want to stop it because I have reason to and should? Kind of. There's a little bit more to it than that. It's not what you'd think. There's actually a few there's a few things at play here. Will we proceed as normal? And again, we want to not talk about this stuff. Again, the idea is to just be a bit more forthcoming with you guys in this stream with stuff. And to sort of kind of leave that then behind too. Obviously we had some stress happening recently. So I just wanted to kind of share that with you guys. And then, we're just going to, start talking about all the stuff that's been going on and just kind of recap and just that's kind of what we did today, and so that's the point is, yeah, today we got into that, but it's going to go back to that new normal format that we've been trying to get. Like I said, guys, we had a lot to do. I mean, I changed the stream. I changed the stream. You guys know this. Yeah, we changed the layout. We literally changed the whole layout. We literally switched the room the stream was in. So we literally changed the whole layout. It's taking me time. I still don't have my 4K TV in here. We have the other one though, and it's fine. It's good. I mean I like it. I mean, yeah. Obviously I want my 4K, I want my HDR. But I mean it's still good TV. I'm perfectly happy with it for now. I just it was the sort of thing where the Xbox app was not working the way it was supposed to with the remote play, and it's as simple as that. I guess they finally fixed it. I'm very grateful that they did, but yeah, it does work. And also, we've just been doing a lot of things to essentially get things more organized, and so that way we can do streams in an organized, regular fashion. Because a lot of the, I shouldn't say a lot. Some of the reason that things aren't regular is because organization can be tricky when you're switching switching rooms and stuff, because I still need to get things organized in the area that I'm streaming, because I have an idea of how I want stuff, but as I try to stream and try to do things, stuff happens. We get like food and stuff like that. It goes on the shelves. It's sort of like, all right, well now I got to reorganize. Is this right? No. It's the sort of thing where like I can clean better if it's organized. That's a much better way of putting that. If I have things set up a certain way, and let's say I got to like unplug my mouse, my keyboard, all this stuff just to clean my desk, we got a problem. Now, can I move this stuff to clean my desk? Okay, now it's looking a lot better. Can I easily pick up my mic and move the arm out of the way so that I can clean all that stuff, open up my computer, do what I got to do to clean that out? No. So like there's just some stuff I have to do yet, getting things organized. Like it's just a lot of different stuff that goes into resetting things up. Ergonomics is important when you're a streamer. It is. You will have serious back neck problems if you don't consider ergonomics. One of the things I was trying to get across I mean, I know we have beef and stuff, but I mean, it's not like I don't care about my competition and don't care about people in general. But one of the things I was trying to get across to MDL too is that he spends an awful lot of time like this. I mean, God, I'd be pissed too. Dude probably has so many neck problems, probably got headaches galore. You literally spend all your time like this. Everything in your body is now on that side. Like you don't even walk properly. I mean, the funny thing is, he kind of like does look at. We've seen him all walk, right? He walks a straight line pretty well. I'm actually surprised and have like hip problems or neck problems. Yeah, like that's the sort of thing where I wanted to give you guys some stretches and stuff that would help at some point. We're gonna do a couple of those things that would help you guys. But like the ergonomics is going to be so important for streamers, because you're sitting there for all those hours. If you're turning, you're doing stuff. If it's not easy, it's not easy. And the old setup, it was exactly how I needed to. I spent so much time getting everything how I needed it to be, so that way, like a lot of that actually came back when we had the problems with Hitman 3. I spent a ton of time getting myself in order to make sure that I was looking at those problems properly. That's what I do. I'll address all the issues with myself to make sure I'm looking at it properly. Because that's in my opinion what you should do. Like, all right, am I looking at this right? Let me reorganize myself, and then I'll like take a look. And that's what I did. Just the idea was to be able to start streaming right away. The idea was to be able to load up that stream software and be able to just right away. And like I said, guys, XSplit was a huge resource hog, caused a lot of problems when we started it up, so that would usually slow down my startup times. But now obviously OBS is not a resource hog. It's not so bad, but it's always one thing if it's not the other. But the idea is to get back into that again, where we can have a much quicker startup time, and I can just count on starting the stream just when I want to start the stream. It's not 2 hours later after looking up 8 videos, yelling at the screen, because YouTube's fucking overlay literally is gray on my screen and not showing a play button or anything. It's just gray over the fucking video for some fucking inexplicable reason, and I'm yelling at YouTube's dumb features not even working. Can't even watch a video on piece of shit YouTube anymore with its features not working half the time. So like maybe 2 hours later, after I get piece of shit YouTube working, and like all the other stuff that I whatever else I'm working on that I'm trying to address that day actually working, then I can get to a video. Yeah, but that's just it. You guys can hear it in my voice. The moment we start down that route, that's the point. Is like all the time. It's just problem. Yeah. And Microsoft is the center of a lot of it. There's no denying that. Microsoft's the center of a lot of it. It's everything we use. Yeah. I mean, all this stuff we're talking about, it's all running on Windows 10. It's all running off. And then, like, we talked about the remote the remote console play. That's Xbox app. We're talking about an Xbox Series X. We're talking about all before the piece of trash Bluetooth drivers weren't working with Windows. I had to get a third-party thing. And yeah, obviously it works with that, but it's like kind of obvious they're doing that on purpose to sell third-party things, blah blah blah, so and so. You guys get what I'm saying? Yeah, like you guys get what I'm saying. Anyway, we gotta get off here. It will get back to a new normal. I just wanted to show you guys that we're gonna have some streaming on the Xbox. That's for some of you that were actually really curious about the Series X and how well it did. The idea isn't to like brag or anything. The idea is to showcase it for you guys that might think about getting one. That's all that is. I love it. It's a great system. I was kind of showing you guys how quick the quick play is. Seriously, you just jump right in. You have 2 games running. You can just jump right back into the other one. It really is very quick, unless it's online. And as you guys saw, Elden Ring does have to go back to the menu. But as you guys saw with Horizon, it'll just resume right away. Most of the time, you might get a loading screen for like a second or 2, but then it goes right back in, as you guys saw. We like just kept felling. Yes, we kept felling. Oh, fell magic. Where art thou? Sees green flames. All right, guys. We got to get off here. I would like to play some Elden Ring. Is anybody curious about Cyberpunk graphics on the Series X? I know there was some shit talking. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, he doesn't have the game on. I own the game 3 different times. I own the Cyberpunk Xbox One X. I own it on the Series X, and I also own it on Steam. I own the game 3 times. So anybody saying that's talking shit. If you're actually curious about graphics for Cyberpunk on the Series X, I did boot it up. I did get it ready. If you guys are curious, I can load it up. I did that for you guys. It's not for me. A lot of what I've been doing lately is for you guys. It's not for me. I have said many times that I am a PC gamer. I love PC games. I gravitate towards tower defenses and RTS and RPG, MMO sort of stuff. when I was younger, I played lots of console stuff, and I've always followed the consoles. But I know that you guys have been asking about the Series X and how good it looks. A lot of people don't have it. A lot of people think it looks bad, and they'd be wrong. And I think that's kind of what a lot of this is. Um, there's been a lot of trolls through the internet that talk crap, that troll things, that say it looks like bad, really, really bad. Truth be known, a lot of streamers don't actually have one, or don't have a device to stream with it that works really well. I do. And so like that really minimizes the window of who can actually do it and see how good it looks. So that's what I'd like to change. I'd like to change the low opinion of the Series X, and people thinking that Xbox is done because the Series X tanked. I think you're stupid if you just grade a console without actually playing it. And that's my point. I want to show how stupid people are. I want to show, like, the point isn't to be like, oh yeah, this person's stupid. The point is to be like, yeah, people really do talk shit about stuff they don't know anything about. That's the point. The point is, nobody bought it because it's a giant cube. That's it. Yeah, nobody wanted a giant cube. They didn't actually want a box. Nope, they did not want a puntable looking system. Nobody wanted that. I think it looks kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I think it looks kind of funny, kind of cool, kind of dorky, kind of goofy. I think it would be way cooler if it had a fucking green light coming out the top of it. All literally could have just done that and then saved all their sales. They would have literally had a green light coming right out the top. Boom. Sales through the roof. I guarantee it. Microsoft, hire me fucking today. I guarantee you put a damn green light in that thing that projects through the fan. Maybe even make the fan look cool. Everyone's gonna go out and buy that shit. Yeah, people like lights. You made that shit so basic. And then you wonder why people bought the PS5. Look at that thing. Literally looks like Cell's head. Yeah, just turn it on its side. It's literally just Cell. No, but it's awesome. Yeah, you guys all saw the meme I was talking about. That's what it is. And it's an aesthetic thing. People would be wrong. They'd be wrong. People grade me like that too, at times. So we're gonna start showing that the Xbox One, or I'm sorry, the Xbox Series X is one damn powerful system. And you guys have been seeing that already. You saw it in the stream from Elden Ring and Forza Horizon 5 last night. That's what we did last night. We streamed Elden Ring with a bit of Forza Horizon 5. And damn, that looks good. I didn't actually watch it back in a little bit until today. I saw a little bit of it. I didn't watch like a lot of it. I just wanted to see how good it looked. And whoo! I was like, whoa! It's good stuff, man. So yeah, the Series X does perform. Here's my question. Do you guys want me to install Starfield on the Series X? If you want me to play Starfield on the Series X, I will play Starfield. I can do that. I will do that. But again, it's this is for you guys. It's not for me. Yeah, I enjoy it, but it's really just to showcase the game so you guys can talk about it and join chat, do what you do. It's for you guys. I know a lot of you guys like the console and prefer the console stuff, so I'm just trying to answer, what you guys want. That's all. It's all about the fans. Really, it is. I mean, I talk about how, yeah, like, obviously there's fake fans out there. We all know that. But there's real ones too, and I'm really trying to listen to you guys. A lot of you guys really wanted me to play console for a while, and I just didn't really have any way of streaming it. So now I do. All right, guys. I love you guys. Take care. I love my supporters. I love all you guys. Appreciate all my mods too. I haven't seen a lot lately, but some are busy, so that's understandable. We all get busy at times, especially right now. New algo, all kinds of stuff going on, all kinds of toxicity and weird stuff that we essentially just want to avoid. And that's why I said new normal. We're just going to play some games and just talk about how good it looks on the Series X. You know, does it look good? What do you guys think compared to this versus the PS5? That sort of thing. And not to be competitive about it, not to be like this is better, but to actually talk about those things. I don't have a PS5, so I can't really say much about it. And so a lot of my opinions will be bias based, but you know, I do notice a definitive, in my opinion, that frame rate, like just the way things look on the Series X, just the way it handles those graphics. Like you guys really do need to check out that Elden Ring stream that we played. I am super impressed. Like, I couldn't believe how good that looked when I watched it. But I was like, wow, this streams well. I was like, no wonder people are watching console people. Wow. So I don't know if it, you know, obviously it's going to have something to do with your capture device and stuff too. Obviously you got a crap capture device. It's not going to work too well. But I was really impressed with that. So you know, I mean, it's not a PS5 versus Xbox thing. It's just wow, this is still good. You know, like there's nothing wrong with it. Like people just think it looks like they don't know what they're talking about. I really don't understand why people think it looks the way it does. And that was 1080. Yeah, or no, 1440. I'm sorry, that was 1440. What? What? Anyway, guys, appreciate all of you. Take care. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.